Welcome back to Get Financially Fit with Debbie Hancock. In today's podcast, I wanted to talk to you about preparing for 2025. And to do that, we start by looking back at 2024. So I received an email recently, I can't remember who from, and they went through the 4 L's, and I found that a really interesting concept, which I sent to my family, and I've also asked some of my clients and myself. One of the first questions was, what did you love? So what did you love about last year? And when I'd done this with one of my clients, I could see them changing, and you can see their smile on their face as they think about the things that they really loved in 2024. And as you dig into this deeper, more and more things will come up. And it's like, what's that feeling? And what really brings that feeling to life? Is it holidays, adventures, weekends away, time with your family, being able to pick your kids up, seeing your partner more, exercising, completing competitions, building the business? What are the things that you really, really loved about 2024? And what do they make you feel? What emotions are those? And then what do you want to take into 2025? Do you want to take those things that you absolutely loved and carry them on into 2025? And if you do, what are they? And do you need to put them in the diary? Because that's one of the conversations I have with my client is, are you going to put these things in the diary to ensure they happen? Because if we don't put these big rocks into our diary, it's so easy for January to pass, February to pass, March, and us not to be doing the things that really brings us joy. We just get swept up into this, have a goal, have a resolution, build your business, make more money. Actually, we need to be enjoying life as well. So one of the first things I do is I put all the school holidays in. I start booking out my holidays. I've got dates in there for things I'm doing with my partner. So in end of January, we are going to see 40 Towers, the play. It's part of my self-born accountancy Christmas party. Great tax tip there. And so the feelings that I want to incorporate into 2025, I'm making sure that I put those big rocks in now. So one of them was when I spoke to one client, it was around time with their partner more. So if that hasn't happened in the past, what can you do to make sure it can happen in the future? Does childcare need to be arranged? Does animal care need to be arranged? Do you have to connect your diaries together and find a date that works? What is it? The next question is, what lessons did you learn in 2024? So if you achieved some really good things in 2024, what was the reason for you achieving those? What was the thing that moved the needle that enabled you to achieve those things? And what lessons can you take into 2025 with you? And can you build on those lessons? Or is there something else that you need to learn? And what do you need to focus on? And what did you loathe in 2024? What things did you not like doing in business? What things did you not like doing personally? What can you change from that to 2025? So if there was something you really disliked, if that's, I don't know, writing emails in your business, writing social media posts, doing the finances, whatever it is that you didn't like in 2024, what steps can you work towards changing that in 2025? So it might be something that you can instantly do, or it might be that you can't financially afford that right now. So in your forecast, you can look at what you need to achieve in the business in terms of revenue and profit to be able to afford to pay for that thing to be delegated or outsourced. If it's that you didn't like cleaning your house all the time or doing the ironing or the food shopping, how much do you need to take from the business so you can change that situation? So by understanding what we loathed, we can look at how we can move forward changing. And it might not be an instantaneous thing, but it could be something that we're working towards. And only by knowing what we're working towards can we make our business work for us. And the last one is, what did you long for but that didn't happen? And when you understand that, it's what were the reasons behind that not happening? Is that an ongoing thing, or was that just something that was happening last year that's now been dealt with and you're not taking into 2025? Or did you really long for it? You thought that you did, but actually you have so many other priorities that it wasn't really a priority. So even though you thought you longed for it, did you really? So for me, I'm going into 2025 with working on my belief in myself and trusting myself and trusting my decisions. I started to allow too many voices in last year, too many opinions, too many tactics, and that meant that I didn't feel joy and I got really confused about what I was doing. And so what I'm not taking into 2024 is listening to all those voices. I've unfollowed people, or I've silenced the accounts. I've unsubscribed from loads of emails. I've trying to listen more into what I actually feel. And if it's not a yes, then it's a no for now. And that's actually helping me make decisions moving forwards. And the reason this podcast came out late is because someone in my family close to me passed away just before Christmas. And those things, when that happens, it really does make you think, actually, what do I want from life? And what am I trying to achieve? And why don't I believe in myself? Because if I don't believe in myself, no one else is going to. And it wasn't so much that I didn't believe in my skills. It was more what to offer, how to work with people, what people really want, ideal client, all that kind of stuff that just jiggled around in my head and I couldn't quite grasp. So that's what I'm not taking into 2025. What are you not taking into 2025? And what do you need to put in place to make 2025 your year? And this can be focusing on anything. So, the wheel of life, looking at, you're never going to have a balanced wheel. We all have periods in our life where they chop and change. But what's your family situation? What's your money situation? What's your friendship situation? What's time to yourself, leisure, fun? What finances do you need? And by understanding kind of where you want to focus on in that year, you can drive your business to that. So if you need to add recurring revenue in because actually maybe you were a bit ill last year and you found your business took a dip, what can you do to sustain that? If you can't keep up with the marketing, could you outsource the marketing? Could you repurpose? Could you use some scheduling software? If you want to go into a new thing, so I want to go into corporate, what things do I need to put in place? What help do I need to go forward? And we can then look at our business and say, these are the revenue streams, this is how much money I want to come into it, and this is how much money I want to take from the business. And if we don't start with the foundational things about what we really want to take from the business, how we really want to feel, what we want to focus on, we can't do all the other strategy stuff. It just won't work. And that's my thing when people are saying, well, what are you doing with your marketing? And I'm like, well, if I don't know what I really truly want to offer, how can I possibly know what to do with my marketing? I can't. And then I can't come up with a forecast in terms of revenue because I don't know what I want to offer. So then it all sort of crumbles down. So me really working on trusting myself and listening into how I work best with clients and how I best impact people is really going to help me move the business forward in 2025. And I mentioned that I wanted to work with corporates more because I really think that going into corporates and getting employees listening and engaging in money and finances can have a huge impact and a tidal wave across communities. I really want to do more in person with my clients and my one-to-one coaching and mentoring. I've built my business online, but I'm actually shifting, so I want to do a bit more in-person type stuff. And then I can then start to build out the forecast in my business. And I can then start to work out, right, this business can help me to achieve X, Y, Z this year. So hopefully you have enjoyed this episode, and the questions are: what did you love in 2024? What lessons did you learn about yourself and others? What did you loathe doing and experiencing in 2024? And what did you long for that never happened? And finally, what you learned in 2024, what do you want to take into 2025, what you loved, what you want to take into 2025, and what do you want to firmly leave behind in 2024. Thank you for listening to Get Financially Fit with Debbie Hancock. Bye.